Sauce for Work. No. This episode of Not Sauce for Work is the unofficial season opener of season 4. No Duke. Sorry, Duke is here. No Peas.
Wow.
Peas is in Hawaii.
Way to start, buddy.
Fuck snow. Eagles here all the time, busting my balls as usual. John Morant thinks he's a wankster. That and much more on the Hot Sauce Sports Podcast Network.
This is going to be a fun one, boys.
It's going to be fantastic.
I'm not editing anything out of this one.
No,
don't edit nothing.
Send it to me and I'm going to post it.
No, there's no need to edit anything. We're going to leave it as is.
I mean,
mistakes and all.
That's what we call episode 0. Episode 0 is
episode 0.
It's insanity, you know.
Are we? Can they hear us now?
Of course they can hear us.
There you go.
That's half the fun.
So episode 0, Duke. You pumped or what? You've been complaining for a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's been how long? Like, it's been about 2 months almost.
And this is the first one of the new year. So I think we had one early December.
Yeah,
and then we said, was it early December or late December? And then we said we'll do when we come back after the Super Bowl.
but it's been about 4 months since I've been on.
Since you've been on.
Yeah,
Oh, possibly.
about.
What do you want to talk
I
about?
like your watch.
You like it?
I don't actually.
as a
I'm just
Christmas
trying to make you feel
Why
better.
don't you like it?
I don't know. I'm not into those digital watches. I find them. It reminds me of those calculator watches we had when we were kids.
Oh my God, how sick were those watches though?
They're pretty sweet.
Eagle loved it.
I'd
for
love
sure.
to have that.
Eagle,
You for sure had a calculator
Eagle
watch.
loves a fucking calculator watch.
And we're in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Do it.
Episode 0, buddy.
What's up, man? I'm alive.
You're alive.
I'm alive.
Okay, I have a crazy story for you.
Okay.
So Eagle lost his wallet.
Yeah.
He can't find it, but
It's somewhere.
it's somewhere. He
I
knows
know.
it's somewhere.
It's always somewhere.
I
Like,
know
you
that
never
feeling
lose.
too. I've lost my wallet.
You tell us your story. I'll tell you my story.
Okay, so I was on my way to Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Flight 8 in the morning. So I
Yeah.
had to leave the house around 4:30 in the morning. Order the Uber. Pre-order the Uber. Comes out to $80. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up an hour before I have to leave, and I'm gonna see if the Uber's cheaper. So I did. Cheaper. Canceled my pre-ordered Uber. So I ordered the Uber. He comes on time. Everything's good. I'm rushing. Don't know why I'm rushing. We're not late. The Uber was waiting there. It's 5 in the morning. He has really nothing else to do. He's waiting there. My girlfriend's packing everything, putting all the last minute things in the bags, whatever. She's like, can you throw out the garbage? Yeah, no problem. I throw out the garbage.
I know where this is going.
As I throw out the garbage, my fanny pack goes with it. In the fanny pack, my wallet, my charger, my dip, my Whoop band, my fucking
You
headphones.
can't leave the dip behind.
My
You can't leave the dip.
headphones, everything I needed other than the passports and the money.
But it's your fault for having a fucking fanny pack, man.
I was just going to say, you have a fanny pack. There's your first problem. here.
And so I panic. I literally almost tried to jump down the chute to go get it. I run downstairs, try to open the door. It's locked, obviously, for security reasons.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was about to kick it through, but then I realized that the guy that built the building, we know him from flag football. So I'm like, I don't want to break this guy's door. So I messaged him at 4 in the morning. I'm like, listen, I fucked up. I'm leaving for Dominican right now. Can you make sure that somebody gets my fanny pack before the dumpster, the garbage guy comes tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, no problem. He sent this guy.
At 4 a.m., he actually answered.
No. He did it. He didn't answer me at 4 a.m. He answered me the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. While I was at the airport, he answered me. So I was able to organize it with him. It was fine. Dodged the bullet. Got everything back. But how much of an idiot am I?
But I'm trying to understand. So you're at the airport and your shit's in a trash can somewhere.
Yeah.
How did it get to you in the airport?
It didn't. I came home and I went to go pick it up.
So you were at the airport. You went back.
And
go back.
I did my whole vacation without my shit.
Get the fuck out. You
Swear
did
to
your
God.
whole vacation on your dip?
Without my dip.
No.
That was the crazy part.
No. Unacceptable. And also your earphones. Like, I can't imagine being on an airplane without your phone.
So the thing, it was a destination wedding. So I
Yeah.
had it was 50
By the way,
people.
destination weddings, get over yourself. Okay? Get over yourself.
What do you mean?
No, get over yourself.
It's much better than the shit we go through here.
I get it.
How many?
I agree.
How many Italian, Greek fucking weddings
Yeah.
have you gone to where it's the same thing over and over?
It's always at that hall with the purple lighting
Exactly.
where you got married.
Yeah. Yeah, look how that worked out.
Yeah.
Much happier now. Look at that.
You're right. I'll give it to you. I'm just saying, get over yourself with your.
So destination weddings are ideal.
Yeah.
They're ideal. You know why?
Here's
Minimal planning.
Here's an invite to a $3,000
that's
wedding.
That's another thing too.
But it's pretty sweet though. I gotta say, I've never been to one. No one ever invites me because I have no friends. But it sounds pretty cool.
It was my first one. It was the second one I got invited to, but it was my first one, and it was we had a really good time. And I had 12 of my friends there, so I never really needed my headphones. We were just throwing the ball in the pool, fucking around.
But it's so crazy, like the amount of anxiety I would feel, leaving on vacation knowing that all my shit's behind, like your wallet, your dip, your
Honestly, I'm gonna give my girlfriend all the credit here.
yeah,
She had every reason to slice my throat that night.
yeah, I can imagine.
She had every
But
reason.
your passport wasn't in there.
She had the passports.
Oh,
Thank the Lord.
That's a game changer. But that's why, like for any young man entering in a relationship, your first fucking job, your passport no longer belongs to you. 'Cause
Exactly.
You're gonna lose it.
Your girlfriend takes it,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then you don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My lost wallet story is less epic, but it's still stupid because we always feel stupid when it happens. I go to the hardware store. I buy a bunch of lumber. Not true. I just had to buy an electrical outlet. I go there, come back home. The next day, 2 days later, I realized I didn't have my wallet, right? And so I get a phone call from the person at the hardware store saying, yeah, you left your wallet like right next to the debit machine. And it was there
just
like
left it there.
overnight. Nobody even touched it. That shows you I live in a very safe neighborhood.
That's
No one even
fucked.
touched it, and they noticed. They're like, yeah, this dude left a wallet here.
I left my wallet at the gas station once, like on top of the thing.
Yeah.
I got home, realized it wasn't there. Went back to the gas station. The guy's like, no one ever left it here.
Yeah.
It wasn't where I left it.
Yeah.
I get on the app. I cancel all my cards right away.
sure.
Instantly.
But that's why you always got to keep your business card in your wallet because they always have your phone number there.
That's a good point. No, so then I get home.
Yeah.
The guy's waiting for me at my door.
That's incredible.
He had my address. I had canceled all my cards already. So
Not at all.
At least I didn't have to go through like the Medicare card and the license. That's the worst.
Oh,
part.
that's the fucking
That's the
worst.
fucking tits. It's
The
the
worst.
The worst.
It's the reason why I have 3 Medicare cards at home.
So you know who's gonna need a Medicare card?
Tell me.
Morant. Is this guy the biggest idiot of all time? or what?
It's not that he's the biggest idiot of all time. It's just that, listen, this dude comes from a really, really nice, like a good family, a good background, never really had any problems in college. Or
Yeah, we know the
anything
story
at
about his
all.
dad.
But
Tig.
I was,
What's his dad's name? Tweet.
But like
Weird.
recently, there's been like 3 stories that have come out about him. Like there was a story with him. Apparently, like him and his friends were trailing the Pacers team bus after a game, pointing out a laser from a gun potentially.
It's fucked up.
You know,
You don't do that to the Pacers.
there's a new story that came out about him. Potentially, again, this is all potential because none of it's for real. I mean, this is a case that came out a year ago where he got into a fight with a 17-year-old kid, who he invited over to his place to have a pickup basketball game. Gets into a fight over the stupidest thing.
So Ja invited this kid over.
17-year-old kid.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently Ja has been known to invite like local kids to come over and kind of play, and it's kind of a way for him to sharpen his tools in a way.
All
Like,
right.
He's bringing in young guns to come around.
Young
and,
guns.
I don't know. It's weird. The idea is the idea of having a young kid over. And then the whole thing basically started where the kid like threw the ball at him kind of hard. He got offended, threw it back at him, and then it ended up being this whole big thing where he started punching the kid in the face. Him and his friend. It wasn't just Ja; it was another guy.
It's always another guy. There's always another guy.
There's also an argument as to how many punches were thrown. Doesn't matter how many. And then apparently he flashed a gun from his waist. So look, the fact is. The problem with this whole situation is that I don't think Ja Morant realizes what he is right now to the NBA.
Yeah.
He's an up and coming player. A lot of people.
I wouldn't say up and coming. I think he's upped.
No, he's up. Yeah,
He's there. He
but
came.
the NBA.
He jizzed all over the NBA.
At this point, the NBA looks at him like, "Listen, you're messing with our money. You can potentially go like if this continues, if you get arrested at some point, you're messing with our money. You're messing with like he's gonna be he's going to be, if not he already is, the face of the NBA. So you can't be getting into these stupid scuffles like this. And there's 3 stories. I don't remember the third one, but there's 3 stories that I've heard of already with Ja Morant. And it's like in a period of a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I get that the Memphis Grizzlies want to be tough. And I get that there's this whole thing where he needs to be tough. But like
It's not tough. It's not the same thing.
it's not. It's fake. It's
Jay
fixed.
Crowder's tough. Do you hear
No.
him doing shit on the side? No.
It's dumb, stupid shit that he gets into all the time. And like I always think about Allen Iverson coming into the league, and you know how the league was always really concerned about Allen Iverson and all the stuff that he used to get into too, and they were always worried about Allen Iverson giving the league a negative PR.
Well, he's the reason why they made the rule you have to wear a suit and everything because he would wear like the fur coats and he
pretty
would
much.
dress
It
all
wasn't
flashy.
just him, but
But
it was
he
part
was
of it,
one of them.
you
Yeah.
know. And I anyway, I mean, the whole thing with him right now is I think that it's tough for us to say like your old friends you got to ditch them because right now you are the face of the league. You are the persona. You're going to be the next face. I mean, he just signed a huge deal with Gatorade.
Yeah.
Or Powerade. Doesn't matter. One of the two. I think it's
Powerade. I feel like they don't exist anymore.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Gatorade.
Remember how bad All Sport tasted?
All Sport. Yeah, but that was that discount shit that you get at the dep.
No, but they had like a big push at one point. Like I think they were even sponsored. They were on Any Given Sunday. Like they were like the company on Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, for
But
sure.
it tastes
they probably
like-
got bought out.
It was pure gasoline.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no,
I mean, this just proves the point of you can bring the horse to the water, but you can't take the gangsta out of him.
But the thing is that he's come from like humble beginnings. He's
Yeah.
not a
it's a good
gangster.
family. Comes from a good family.
His dad was like a knee injury away from the NBA. Like he decided to not play basketball to support his kid. Like he had a father in his life this entire time. Why is he carrying a gun? You live in
So he
Memphis.
grew
lot
up
of-
in the
a lot of
fancy
NBA
hood.
players have
Are you
guns, though.
happy?
The what?
The fancy hood, the bougie hood.
The bougie, yeah.
But
he
it's
lives in
just
Memphis.
you know what it is. It's like you enter the NBA. You have a couple of like weird friends that supported you back in the day.
So many stupid
And then
stories, man.
you get into the league, you're big, and they're always your yes men. They're always around you, and I mean, we don't know anything about that life. We don't know anything about that culture, but it's hard.
Well, that's
to
not
part
true. I
ways.
mean, I know a guy. He's trying to change his life and everything, but hasn't been really successful. Failed a couple times and everything. Wears weird shit on his face. Talks a lot.
You're talking about peas.
He's talking about me.
you. I'm really bad at jokes today. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Eagle just basically.
I was just trying to throw.
Eagle
another
just
pea
basically.
joke.
Eagle just basically ratted me out. Said I used to be a gangster.
I don't
Tell
know
me
that
I'm
part.
wrong.
I don't know that part
What?
of your life.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, not gangster, but I was a
I'd
fucked
love
I was a
to
fucked
hear
up
more
kid.
about it.
I was a fucked up kid. Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
I wasn't.
about
No, I wasn't like gang affiliated, carrying
it.
guns. and
Raise your
shit.
hands if you've been arrested before.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been arrested.
Yeah.
I used to sell weed in high school when I didn't even smoke. I only smoked weed when I was like 25. I sold weed in high school. Like you do stupid things,
Yeah.
but you don't carry a gun around when you're a full adult man threatening a 17-year-old
I
kid.
get it. I get
when
it.
you
but,
have millions of dollars on the line and kids look up to you,
for sure.
and you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but he dunked on you.
And
Yeah, I mean, there's always that.
and now like what does the league do? They can't really do much with this now. I mean, this is a case that came out a year ago. There's not much that they can do about it now. But that being said, I just feel like man, just a couple more mistakes and like already the league has their eyes on you. Like we don't know about those internal conversations, but that they're talking to him
But
saying,
there's-
"Hey man, like this is already like strike 2, strike 3. Like and they're not going to do anything. They're going to give him a slap on the wrist.
I
for
think
sure.
you need somebody in his corner like Ron Artest that just slaps him around a bit.
Ron Artest that brought a gun to the locker room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ron Artest brought a gun to keep the peace.
By the way, a gold gun.
Yeah, to keep the peace. He's
Yeah.
like, listen, I'm bringing it here so you guys don't fuck around. He needs some of that. He needs a little bit of Gilbert Arenas to show up.
No, it's Gilbert Arenas that brought a gun to the
Gilbert
locker room,
Arenas-
not
no.
Ron Artest.
No,
My bad.
Gilbert Arenas didn't bring a gold. He brought a gun.
It was gold gun.
It was a gold gun,
was
but
gold
Ron Artest did have a gun though.
I
There is a
mean,
story with Ron Artest
It's
and a
pretty
gun.
sweet. Gold gun, right?
Gold gun. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I have another question for you
Okay,
after.
tell me.
Later. But did you watch Jake Paul, Tommy Fury? Of course you didn't. Why the fuck would you watch
No,
that?
I didn't watch
I
it.
didn't
It
even
went on
watch it.
way too late for me.
It was on during the day. It was at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's too no.
It was legit at 2:00 in the
I
afternoon.
honestly like.
You even asked us in the chat, and me and Alex both told you it was at
Yeah.
2:00 in the afternoon.
I'm really bad at remembering things. It turns out. For me, when I think about boxing, I always think it's at like midnight.
Usually it is, but they were fighting in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. when
I saw the highlights.
Anyway, so Jake Paul finally loses.
Hmm.
What does that mean to you?
I don't know.
It means nothing to me.
No, I mean it doesn't really mean anything to me either. But I do have to say, like, the guy knows how to make money, and he's a really good businessman. I mean, that's all it is. Was anyone expecting this guy to ever be the next big?
Well,
the
he's
next
saying
big
he's like he
boxer?
has like a list, like a hierarchy, and he wants to get to Canelo.
Sure,
What we
man.
saw now, he'll never be able to fight
But
Canelo.
of course, but that's part of his
part of his
that's
thing,
part
yeah.
of marketing.
Oh,
Like,
I
marketing is saying that I'm gonna get to Canelo and stuff.
For
Look,
sure.
Honestly, there's very few boxers have ever I know that he's fought a lot of scrubs. That's for sure. Nate
Who?
Robinson doesn't even count. I get it.
It's the first real boxer he fought,
No, for
right?
sure, and it is, but like he's gonna have to go through those fights to get better. And I don't look at it like this is a bad thing that he lost. I mean, obviously everybody just couldn't wait. They were foaming at the lips to waiting for Paul to lose. But I just think that it kind of adds to his legacy a little bit. Like you kind of want those losses to happen.
I think it's a good thing that he lost.
Of course,
now.
because it builds a story. It builds a character.
Yeah, it's gonna build a rematch. I think he'll probably have to fight a couple times. Like he should fight like somebody like Nate Diaz, and then he'll fight Tommy Fury again after.
Sure,
you know,
for sure.
get a couple wins, and then Tommy Fury's gonna look for the payday. Tommy Fury made like $4 million in his.
I only saw replays, but I heard Tommy Fury was incredible in that game, in that match. Sorry.
He did look really good, but he acted like he's like, I'm not in my brother's shadow anymore. Yeah, you are in your brother's shadow because you beat a YouTuber.
Yeah.
You didn't become the heavyweight champion of the world like Tyson Fury did. You didn't kill Deontay Wilder 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's gonna be hard to get out of that shadow.
You didn't
man.
retire one of the best boxers of all time in Klitschko.
Yeah.
You fought Jake Paul, and the last guy you fought before him was one of Jake Paul's disciples, and the guy before him had over 100 losses.
For sure.
So let's get Tommy
But
back on track
at the same time,
here.
like we have to understand that boxing promotion is kind of like wrestling.
It
you know
is.
what I mean? Like they talk a lot more than what they do, right?
Yeah. That was long, but we're ready for the news.
The news.
Yeah. Oh, I think you
I'm
guys
gonna
ready.
update that graphic.
We got to change the colors. Just change the colors. I like it.
I don't like the old lines.
We got to change the colors. The new one.
That's next. I'll change it up next.
Terry, it's the news.
Does it count if you say it to yourself?
Is it though?
My fingers look so chunky.
Yeah, I think it counts if I say. Yeah, as long as I say it, right? As long as somebody says it. Remember Byron Jones?
Byron Jones, cornerback for the Dolphins,
Yeah, drafted by the Cowboys.
opposing Xavier Howard.
Oh fuck! You know what? I need to find it. We have it on our Instagram. It's a video of Byron Jones. So what's happening with Byron Jones is that he's saying that he can't run and jump anymore after
Yeah, I did hear that story. Now I
after
remember, yeah.
years of abuse and his knees.
Abuse? What do you mean abuse?
Like just football.
Okay, football.
You know what I mean?
Just general football.
No, but
abuse.
but in his message he's saying that you shouldn't to all young guys don't take injections.
Yeah, and I totally understand that.
So
There's so many former players that talk about how terrible Toradol,
oh Tyrannobol.
whatever it is. It's
Isn't that a
one of
steroid?
those injections that they used to give Brett Favre all the time.
Oh yeah, everybody used to get those injections. But we have a
But
video.
I mean, why would you take a drug that sounds like a Tyrannosaurus Rex with the little fucking arms and everything and can't do shit?
I mean, that's why you take it, because you want to be a Tyrannosaurus
Because
Rex.
you want to be a dinosaur, you want to be a
You
monster.
want to be dead.
From what I've heard about this drug, like you get injected with it, you can run with a broken leg. Like it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I think Terrell Owens was injected with that.
Yeah.
In
When he broke his ankle in the Super Bowl.
in a Super Bowl, and he had one of the greatest games that
He
any
had
wide
like
receiver
9
ever had.
catches, 140 yards.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
And he did it on a broken ankle
Yeah,
or
it's
leg
crazy.
or whatever it was.
But that's the thing, is these guys get injected, they don't feel the pain anymore. There's a video we have on our Instagram of Byron Jones, and his knee dislocates on the sideline when he's playing with the Cowboys, and you just kind of see him like sliding his knee back into place, and it locks back into place. In my head, I'm like, this guy probably he's been doing this his whole life, and he just is he aware of it.
Yeah.
Now, after I see this, I'm like, this guy's been taking injections, and his knees are probably completely fucked now.
Yeah, there's probably nothing left. There's probably no cartilage. Like if he's saying that he can't jump or run anymore, there's probably just no cartilage left. The nerves are completely shot.
Yeah, from
And
all the freaking
and the
pain.
thing is,
pain
and I don't know his
injections.
contract situation, Eags. If you can look it up, great. But like from what I understand, Byron Jones signed a pretty lucrative contract recently, where he was
When he
guaranteed,
signed,
like
when he left the Cowboys to sign with the Dolphins, he made a lot
it
of
was
money.
like, but it's like a lot of guaranteed money that at this point I don't think that he would return. I mean, if he's saying he can't run and jump, like take a year off, but if you have nothing left in your legs, I don't see you coming back to the
Well,
NFL.
you're a cornerback. You have to keep up with really fast receivers.
Oh
You
my
got to
God,
be
yeah.
fast
and
yourself.
the amount of cornerbacks that are coming into the league now, like it's crazy. Like if you compare the amount of cornerbacks that get drafted in the NFL now as opposed to how many got drafted in the 90s,
For sure.
it's insane, because in the 90s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was a really linebacker centric kind of league where you'd have more linebackers on the field, whereas now it's much more defense. There's a lot more cornerbacks or safeties on the field.
Yeah, you're
want more. It's emphasizing more speed.
Yeah, they're drafting more DBs to go
and
against
there's
all
a
these
lot more
fucking
DBs getting
receivers.
drafted now. So like imagine, you're trying to fight for a spot in the team, and like you can barely even move.
It's DBs, offensive linemen, and defensive ends that are getting.
He's
drafted.
going into the 4th year on his 5-year contract with the Dolphins of total earnings for this year about $14 million at this point in time.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys make life-changing money.
Yeah.
Did you watch Full Swing, the golf?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Um,
Not as good as F1, but it's pretty good. And it reminded me because
why are you bringing up Full Swing?
because Dustin Johnson said he's like, I'm able to take care of my grandkids and their
It's generational wealth.
generational wealth. He's like,
But
I just
that's not
created this.
Byron Jones. That's not Byron
No,
Jones money.
but he has $14 million. That's at least 2 generations
Yeah.
living very comfortably.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just based on just getting basic interest from the bank from your checking account.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, but I understand his point of view because based on his tweet, what he's saying is that he's not telling people not to play football. He's saying just beware about what the doctors give you because
Don't take the NFL's injections.
because at the end of the day, the NFL, the doctors that the NFL employs, they don't care about your health, man. They are representing the interests of the owners and of the GMs and of the coaches.
They are medical HR.
They're medical HR, exactly. It's the reason why I always tell people
you guys say H?
HR.
H.
But you're asking the
Hota.
wrong guy.
What do you say?
HR.
H?
H.
H?
But it's the
H.
reason why whenever
It's
I talk
H.
to
H.
H?
H.
My mom says H also.
Your mom's wrong.
whenever
But you
I
say
talk
it
to
the same way
young
she does.
people.
H.
That's
Okay,
wrong.
guys, let's just move
What?
on. Whenever I talk to people in the like starting off in the field of design, my field,
Yeah.
I always tell them like, look, if you ever have a complaint, man, don't go to HR.
Designing dildos.
Don't go to HR because they don't represent you. They represent the
Oh,
company.
especially if you're a contractor.
Imagine
yeah.
if you design a bad dildo. Like how?
But what's a
It's
bad
possible.
one?
I, I feel like anyone will appreciate a dildo design. Like there'll be someone out to be like, yeah.
But what constitutes like one that doesn't have like a good suction cup? Maybe.
One that gets stuck, maybe.
I mean, if you're getting a,
you know,
The only way I can think of a bad one is if like it was supposed to be, let's say, long and thin, and you made it like short and stout type of thing. You know,
I feel like
like
short,
you
short- I
missed
feel
the
like short-
specifications badly.
What hurts more, short and stout or long and thin?
either or. It depends on where it's going.
Short
in.
and stout works for sure hurts more
I think so. Yeah,
because it's
the
a
initial
big
stretch.
it's
yeah.
a big stretch.
Once it's in, you're fine.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you're taking a dump and you feel it coming, and then slowly your ass rips a bit, and then it just goes. Woof, it just kind of like releases. Like
Yeah.
That's probably the best feeling of all time.
But in reverse.
In reverse, going in and staying in there.
I mean, these are excellent points. You know.
Duke hates talking about ass.
No, I actually love talking about ass. I really.
Well, I
do.
think the best part is you're a designer, Duke, right?
Yeah.
So tell me what the worst dildo you could build was. If I said build a terrible
sure.
dildo, what
Yeah,
would you
draw
do?
me a
Sure,
terrible
I'll tell you
dildo.
right now, horse shaped. Not
horse
not
shape?
horse,
Like a
horseshoe.
horse cock?
Like no, like literally shaped like an actual horse. That would suck.
Yeah, because then the leg.
I mean,
the
it's
fr-
not a
the
dildo
fr-
then.
The front legs
Hey,
get stuck.
You're asking me for the worst possible dildo design. I'm
front-
telling you exactly
The
what
front
it is.
legs are gonna get stuck.
Or actually, no. It would have to be what's it? Cats. Cats have spikes that come out of their. Is it cats?
Cats have
Look this
claws?
up.
Claws, you mean?
Cats have
Eeks,
claws, yeah.
Look what?
Cats have claws. Yeah.
No. I'm saying that Eeks, look it up. Is it cats or dogs that have like? No, it can't be dogs. But cats, they have like
Retractable claws, yes.
they have like claws, retractable claws
Yes.
on their dicks.
On their dicks,
Yeah, Eeks, look it up.
then you're fucked.
So anyway, so while he looks
That
it
doesn't
up,
make sense.
So anyway, the whole thing with Byron Jones, my whole thing is like, just I get his point. Like I don't trust the NFL because
Why would you?
Cats
they'll
have
inject
bar penises, yes.
bar penises. There you go.
I
So
got-
I would.
I gotta see it. I gotta see
Yeah.
a cat stick. I gotta see one of these.
Now I gotta search penile. I don't know if I can put this on YouTube.
No, not on YouTube. Just go Google search, man. Give me
I
some
know, but
images.
if I put it on the screen, it ends up on YouTube. I don't think I can do that. But
Oh,
yes,
okay, I know what you
that's the thing.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
There
Anyway,
are
that's my
penile
point of view.
spikes.
My point of view is barbed horse-shaped dildos, and also Byron Jones is right.
So all right. So if you're working at the
We have
dildo,
now discovered what a bad dildo is.
Yeah.
exactly. So if you're working at the dildo factory, you're gonna build a dildo shaped like a horse. You get fired. How would you like them to return your stuff?
Oh, I see where this is going. Preferably not in a garbage bag.
Yeah, I mean, if you anywhere you work, if your employee ends up sending your stuff back to you in a garbage bag, you should be upset.
Oh,
Now with Taylor Lewan, formerly of the Tennessee Titans, hasn't signed anywhere yet,
I
right?
mean, it's like there's got to be better ways than a garbage bag.
No, so he asked them. He made a video today. First of all, fake ass teeth. Taylor Lewan didn't expect
So
it.
do I, man. These are fake.
No, but his are like white, like that fucking
No,
light.
but these are all fake. Look, all of them.
But it's 'cause-
They're dentures.
but they look fine.
You have dentures?
Yeah, I do. No, I'm
You're
kidding.
30.
I'm kidding. I don't.
Oh, okay,
I
don't.
just like,
I was gonna say. So Taylor Lewan posted a video after saying that he asked the equipment
just the
manager
bottom ones are fake.
to drop off the bags at his house. So he knew they were coming. He just didn't. He just said He's just being Taylor Lewan. He's being funny. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I mean, but I also heard that this is kind
No,
of
but I actually look at this as a positive tweet. Like, hey, I didn't need to go into the facility to pick up my stuff. They gave it to me. Because, like, let's put it in perspective, right? If you get cut, what are you walking out of a facility with? You're shoving your shit in a bag. Likely
feel like
one
they
a
don't even
garbage
cut you
bag
in a
or a white
facility.
transparent bag.
he probably did that.
Yeah, and then
he
you're
left
throwing it in
there,
your
yeah.
car and you're driving away.
Yeah.
And he probably packed it up, or they packed it up for him and then brought it to his place like this.
How many
so
times?
it's not normal.
Yeah. How many
It's
times
just
have we seen
weird
Hard
for the
Knocks?
average person to be like, here's all your stuff in a bag, which I usually put garbage
It's
in.
also the way he presented it also. Like, he posts this and he says, shout out to the Titans dropping off my stuff today. They even let me keep the shoulder pads. Like, he's being funny about this, obviously.
And then Terrell Owens this morning, I saw he's like,
I saw that, yeah.
I don't remember exactly what he's like. He's
Basically
like,
saying this is how they
the
treat
minute
you.
that they don't want you
Yeah.
anymore, they just shit you out.
But
It's
you know
like,
what? He's right. But in this situation, he's not.
I don't know. They
But
paid you a lot of money. You did a really good job. There's a respectful. The Titans love him and he loves them. It just didn't work out. I don't know. People put too much perspective. They put too much into. This is why I hate Twitter too. Is that you look at a picture and then someone will have something shitty to say no matter what.
No matter what.
I look at it. Look, I get it.
Look,
It sucks.
but case in point. Look at the comments. Your next chapter will be even better than before. Keep going, brother. Fist pump. Very nice message.
Yeah.
Very supportive. Answer right there. No, right. Go a little higher.
Go higher. Go higher.
The response to that guy. Thank you for your recruitment services, Chandler. So he's being sarcastic. He's being tongue in cheek.
Oh, fucker.
Why? This guy sent this guy playmaker. No, say the other guy. The Titans disrespect for this.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
It's like you're taking disrespect on nothing. But I will say, when I looked at this picture, I don't even look at the garbage bags. And can I just be a boomer for a second?
Always.
That the wood that was used to create this door frame and
It
the
looks
door
like it looks
is
like a Japanese oak.
impeccable.
It looks like Japanese
And
oak.
the fact is that it doesn't look like there's an actual varnish on that door, but there's varnish.
Do you like
I love great wood. I love wood.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you this video of this real estate guy in New York, and he did like a tour of this place in one of the Matchstick buildings there.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything was imported from Japan. All the wood. I have to send it to you.
And they have like really
said-
specific wood in Japan.
The walls filter the air.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean, Duke?
Well, listen.
How do the walls
I
filter
hear
the
that,
air?
When I hear that, I think that the walls in his apartment filter the air. Well, do I know what that means? I do not.
How? And why does Japan have all this technology that nobody else is aware of?
No, I think
Of
it's
air
one
filtering walls.
It's one of those influencer videos where they try to make too much out of something. I don't actually think the wood's actually
It is,
filtering
though.
the air.
I'll send it to you.
He probably has a really good air filtration system.
I'll
But
send it
the
to you.
wood on that door,
You'll freak out.
impeccable.
You'll freak out.
I will. I love wood, man.
All right, so I joined the baseball fantasy league years ago.
Yeah, and you're joining mine this year.
It became the fucking my Achilles heel. This fucking thing. I finished second place. I never worked so hard at something ever.
Okay.
I said I'm never doing fantasy baseball again.
No, you just have to do it on a shitter.
And then you sent me a text message.
Yeah.
And you said, "Hey, I'm doing it."
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
You just make your moves on the bull.
You think so? But
The best.
Okay.
Your best moves come in the morning when you're filtering between news stories, your baseball lineup, and horrific news on the internet.
So the last 2 years, I went pretty hard into baseball. Like I watch games. Like
Too
I
hard.
was following it. I love it. It's the best. And this year, I'm joining the fantasy league, so it's even better. I'm gonna be more diehard into baseball this
Amazing.
year. Okay. I also found out there's a lot of new rules. I found out this week there's a lot of new rules.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I want to tell you what these rules are, Duke, and I want
me
you
all about it.
and I want you to tell me what you think about these rules.
Okay, tell me.
Okay. There's a timer on pitches. 15 in between pitches, 15 to 20 seconds.
All right, so I have a bit of a different opinion on this. When it was first announced, didn't like it.
Of course. Why would you?
I do think that the amount of time between pitches is intense. It's not short, but I was watching a clip of, and it was on MLB TV where they were showing like side by side an Avi Baez at bat last season next to an entire inning, and in one at bat for Avi Baez, an entire inning happened. You know, within the same time.
Well, Javi
frame.
Baez is long.
But I get
he
that,
steps
but-
back.
Of
He
course.
does his whole thing.
So-
So it's not just on the pitch; it's on the batter as well.
But that's the thing. I look. I'm not gonna say. Look, I'm not decided. I have to see full season before I make a decision. But I will say though.
162 games.
But I will say though that I could understand their effort that they're putting in. They are losing viewership. People have less of an attention span. They need to find ways to make this easier to watch. It's hard for people to watch a full baseball game. I will admit, I'm an avid baseball fan. I
can
love
watch a
watching.
full
I
baseball
love
game.
watching baseball, especially if it's a really good game. Like if
Playoffs.
it's like, if it's like I don't know, like Red Sox Yankees, I will watch that. But there's times where it drags, and between that and the shift, I feel like the games go way too long. I understand for a game like
There's
football,
games that can go 2 hours. There's games that can go 4 hours.
No, they never go 2 hours. They always go.
There's
They
games that
always
go 2
go. Like you're
Good
really
pitching goes
lucky.
2 hours.
You're lucky if you watch a game that's 2 hours. It's usually 4 hours. And the thing is, but the other part of it is, I could understand the frustration of it. I can understand people like classic fans frustrated with it. I can understand pitchers or batters being frustrated with it because it kind of takes away from what baseball is supposed to be, a timeless sport where you just sit back and you watch. But the fact is, nowadays, man, we have a million things going on. We have a million different apps. We have a million different streaming apps. Like I almost like there's times when I'll be watching baseball on my iPad, and on my phone I'll have like a basketball game or whatever sport, I don't know, whatever, any other sport, and then my wife will have a show on TV, and I'm
too
watching
much.
3 fucking things at once.
Too much.
And then at night I go to bed and I'm like, did I even fucking watch anything?
The only time I'll do 2 things at once, and I'll let you go. Eagle, you had something to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like this rule change.
Me too.
Actually, I'm of the opinion that everyone in the MLB are a bunch of divas.
They are.
And the fact that if you have a timer on a free throw line, and we're tired of Janice taking the maximum time every
Exactly.
single fucking time,
Fuck that
we
guy.
can
but I
limit
love him,
how
but
much
fuck
time it
that
takes
guy.
a pitcher to scratch his asshole and the whole thing.
Oh,
every time
it's
he goes
fucking.
up.
It's ridiculous sometimes.
It's like the gloves hitting on the plate.
Oh my god, the
after
batters are
every
worse than the
pitch.
pitchers. Batters are worse than the
Batters
pitchers.
are worse. Yeah,
But
they have a little ritual and everything.
Oh.
Fucking hit like
Yeah.
I play softball, right?
Yeah.
When I get up there, I'm ready to fucking swing within 3 seconds.
Same.
Let's go, right?
Division
I get my
10
one
champs.
little swing.
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
Division 10 champs. I don't know.
First
I scored
place,
I scored the winning
second
run.
place, last place.
Scored the winning run. Scored the winning run.
That was awesome.
So I'm super down with this rule. It makes baseball watchable because right
does.
now,
It
like
helps.
at least you can say like if you're watching football, the time between plays, there's a lot happening in that
30
45
seconds.
seconds.
Every time I watch the Cowboys, I just go. Every time I watch, I go fast forward. If I'm watching on tape delay, I go fast forward. Bang! It's the next play.
But
fast forward. Bang!
But I
next
also
play.
think that this is a product of what happened with Red Zone, because with Red Zone we are so accustomed to watching immediate action all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas with baseball, you can't really. You could have something
not-
Red Zone.
Yeah, but
related.
It's not just
dude,
red zone, it's
I
life.
think it's more than that though,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're watching football, that 45 seconds is a very intense 45 seconds, right?
Yes.
Because you have offensive coordinators getting the new calling, getting the personnel on the field. You have the defensive coordinator needing to respond to that
A lot of
personnel,
moving
send their own
parts, yeah.
personnel, make a call, get the field, like the play to the field. They need to call the play. They need to set up their formation. They need to run the play. That's a lot to do every
Yeah.
45 seconds,
It's
right?
a
There's
lot
a
of
lot
work,
of
yeah, yeah.
decisions being made.
You can't stop and send a text message
Yeah.
in the middle of a play, but you could in baseball.
Yeah.
And-
So in
and-
baseball, it's literally, all right, batter setting up. All right,
Oh,
what are we
that's
doing?
why I love
All right, we're gonna
announcers.
have a slider outside left. Nah, I don't like that one. Okay, we're gonna do a fastball inside curve or whatever it is. All right, fine. He sets up. Then the batter is like getting a call from his bench, like, you know what? Maybe we don't take this one. Actually, you know what? Can you buy some time? Ref, sorry, let me back out a little bit. Oh, sorry, it wasn't ready.
Let me give you my 19 different signals.
Yeah.
You ever see this
But
guy
the-
Nicky
the
Cass
one-
on Instagram? He's
the one
unbelievable.
that kills
That
me
shit.
out of all of the time wasters in baseball
Yeah.
is when the pitcher gets a ball, he looks at it, he feels, he's like, nah, I want another one. Fuck off, bro.
No, that makes sense.
Fuck off. No, it's a fucking baseball. It's fine.
No,
It's fine.
That makes sense.
But sometimes it goes through like more than one.
No, they don't.
Listen, you got a ball, the worst case, spit on it, rub it down and fucking
I don't
throw
think you're allowed spitting on it.
I don't think you are either.
That's
No.
true.
I
That's-
think
it's called
also
spitball,
last
yeah.
point before we
90s.
move on to the next rule here.
Yes.
I like this change too because it puts pressure on both the manager as well as the catcher to make a fast decision. Because
Yeah.
you had so much time to like plot and
Yeah.
think. It's like, no, what are you doing? Do it.
Well,
That-
these
that's the
managers are
pressure
also
in the
like
game.
70 years old.
There's
so-
they've also with the next few rules, they also made it easier for them to manage this time. So you're not allowed shifting.
I'm cool with the non-shifting thing.
Yeah, so the infielders you have to be on both sides of the second base, which I kind of like. That means the shortstop can't be in the outfield, and when the pitch is pitched, all infielders have to be on dirt, which I like too.
I like that because I
Yeah.
feel like it was
They can even run.
it was
Like,
taken away from the offensive side of the side of baseball. I find like
yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
listen, people underestimate the defensive side of baseball and the adjustments and the switches that they all make.
Well, it's the combination of things, right? It's the pitcher can put the ball somewhere that
Exactly.
the batter is extremely hard to hit to a spot that you're leaving open, and so
Yeah.
you overload where you expect the ball to go.
So now all this does is probably gives more of an advantage to let's say a lefty, because a lefty he's not going to have a crowded first to second base. You know what I mean? Like the shortstop is going to have to stay in between second and third. So he's going to be able to get a lot of singles that way too.
Not to mention, there's that kind of soft spot that already existed between center field and the infield, right?
Exactly.
Like you can kind of
The
lob it in.
bloopers, yeah.
So now, if you're going to play that in, well, now they can go over your head.
Exactly.
Like there's a lot more offensive possibilities available, which again is fun for the game.
Yeah, of course, it's what you want, right? It's what what they're trying to do in golf too. I mean, they saw it with Liv. I mean, Liv took all their best golfers. I mean, all the like a good number of the good ones, and now they changed the whole way to make it fun for the fans and make it merit based and all that shit. So we'll see what's gonna happen with them. Anyway, last rule.
Yeah.
Well, you skipped the bases.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the bases are 3
Automatic runner.
No, bases are 3 inches bigger.
Which I'm cool with. I mean, I think that also adds to it too. It adds. They're trying to add more offense into the league.
Yeah, and the extra innings too. They put this. I mean, that was last year too. They put the on second
And
base
I
as an
actually
automatic
like
runner.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the base thing. We'll see the effect during the season. See what it is. But the automatic runner on second base in extra time is incredible because there's times when games go on already way too long.
Yeah.
And then you're watching. It's like midnight, and you're like, I want to go to bed, but I want to see how this game goes. And you're like in like, the 11th inning, it's taking forever. So like they're doing all of these things to decrease the amount of time that a game takes, and B, they're trying to increase offense. And I think, look, honestly, I'm not a fan of Manfred I'm not a fan of him, but I do really like these rule changes. I think it's going to help.
As long as things evolve in the right direction, I think nobody gives a
we'll
fuck.
see. We'll see this year.
The automatic runner on second for extra innings, I think, is a little bit overkill. I understand why it was there in the past season. I feel like with all the other changes,
well, you also
making,
run out of pitchers, though. I mean, it's a 162 game season, so like. Fuck, like there's some games I go into like 14th inning and then you have like.
But that's the thing though, Duke.
You're running on
with
shreds.
with the new rules, I don't think there'll be as many games that'll be as tight or tied as there used to be because there's more offensive possibilities, right? Like, so I'm not sure if this actually helps the cause. Like, I get it. It's like the whole like, NHL overtime 4-on-4, 3-on-3 type of stuff, right? It creates offensive opportunities. I just feel like given the other changes they're making, this might be too much almost to try and compensate for the situations, which hopefully we don't need it anymore because there won't be extra innings.
What's the base that's the most stolen? Sorry, go.
Second for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Because when you almost
I like
never
how you
feel
asked that.
third.
I was going to say, yeah, when he's stealing
I
third.
thought you actually had the answer for that.
No, I don't know.
Eags, look it up.
No, I'm pretty sure that makes
It's
second
gotta
makes
be
sense.
second.
Yeah, no. So
It's
just
got to be second.
mathematically,
Actually,
the
third one makes
distance
sense.
between home plate and second is longer than it is between second and third, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's also the exactly. It's also the only Eagle can pop fucking nerd shit into this. It's also the pitcher's blind spot.
exactly.
So the catcher becomes a lot more active in extra innings, which I like too.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
third, it's
second
easier
base.
to pick the guy off because it's like the ball can be very placed versus here it's a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
You got to choose if
Yeah,
like,
second
the
base.
second or shortstop
Second base.
playing it. They got to shift. Like there's a lot more planning into it essentially. So yeah, definitely second is easier to steal or more likely. The base running is interesting to me because I've always felt when you watch a baseball game and you hit the ball to the infield, it's almost an automatic out every single time because whoever gets the ball can take their sweet ass time to get it to first and you're just out straight up. Versus now, the runner at least has somewhat of a chance and there's pressure on the defensive player to get the ball to first properly. So if you hit I'll call it a single to third, right? And he fields it. That's a hard fucking throw to begin with. Now
They should just
you
add that
have-
orange bag like in softball.
Yeah, but like now you have that extra. You have that extra 3 inches for the runner to get to, where those tight calls are gonna likely go in the runner's favor more often.
Yeah.
Which means you have a guy on base. Which now, okay,
It
one
pushes.
less out, more batting, more pressure, more stealing, more offense. Like all those options open up essentially.
All right, one question and I'll
Well, plus I'll take 3 inches any day.
yeah, always take 3 inches.
All the
Except if
time,
it's
man.
Who wouldn't?
A spiky horse still though.
Unless you're like over 9. If you're 9 plus, you're not taking 3 inches, right?
That's true.
But if you're 8, are you going to 11?
It's a great question, man.
7, I go to 10. 8, 11, no.
I think it'd be too much.
You want to
I think
Let's move
I think
on.
there'd be like
Let's move on, man.
I think there'll be like some people that'll be like, ooh, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
And others will be like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I
Talking
think you're
about
gonna
dicks
get
again.
more of that than the I want this.
That's it. I had a question for you and I completely forgot.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
It don't matter. NHL trade deadline. You wanted to talk about this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some cool stuff that happened. I mean,
Shea Weber got traded.
my Penguins are definitely like doing nothing at all, and it's killing me.
Can
but-
I just point out the fact that the
Yeah.
NHL had to issue a memo saying if you're trading players that are basically retired but not actually retired, we're gonna check your deal properly just to make sure you did it properly.
so
like,
say-
what league basically needs to say, hey, you know those rules we have? Yeah, we're gonna enforce them.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Coyotes, they traded for Shea Weber, but he's LTIR. He's gonna retire.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he just did it as a favor to the Golden Knights. I completely forgot that he belonged to the Golden Knights. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. But the biggest trade is Patrick Kane leaves Chicago.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
it really the big? I mean,
What other
story-wise
trade?
it is.
Timo Meyer would be another good trade.
I would have probably gone towards Timo Meyer because I feel like he's going to be much more effective and much more.
It's a bigger
useful.
trade for the Devils than
Because is
Ka-
Patrick Kane even healthy enough? Like,
Of course he's healthy. He
Is
played all year. Yeah.
Hmm.
Kane is Kane the best American hockey player of all time?
I think so. Yeah, in my
Him,
mind, yes.
Mike Modano, Chris Chelios.
Definitely. I think that he makes the Rangers incredible, and I hate the Rangers, but he definitely
They have
like,
four. They have
Brent
four
Hall?
lines. Huh?
Brent Hall.
Oh, Brent Hall.
Brent Hall. Yeah,
That was a good one.
but like the
Mark
Rangers
Recchi.
are with Patrick Kane. It's like an incredible team to watch. Like they're going to be super fun to watch. They're already super.
You ready for a blast from the past?
Always.
Jeremy Roenick.
Oh,
Oh,
Jeremy,
of
yeah.
course.
What a beauty.
How can we forget Jeremy Roenick?
What a fucking
You
beauty.
ready for another blast from the past?
Always.
Chris Chelios.
Yeah, I mentioned
We already
him.
mentioned it.
Chris Chelios. He's
Phil
my,
Kessel.
my profile pic is
Phil
a picture.
Kessel, man. Yeah. I mean, that's just he's in our
Bill
hearts.
Guerin.
Oh,
Zach
Bill
Parise.
Guerin. I met Bill Guerin. Beast.
But I thought more like the Ryan O'Reilly.
Oh yeah, that's a big one too.
I thought
Toronto.
that was a much bigger pickup. Also, the Oilers getting Ekholm, I thought was a sweet, like
It is nice for them.
it's not a huge sexy move, but it's perfect for what.
I was hoping that the Habs would end up pulling the trigger and send Edmondson over to Oilers. I think most people expected that, but when you end up getting Ekholm, it's like, okay, we're gonna take the good and the bad.
It's a nice move. It's
But
a solid move.
As a Habs fan, I wanted them to get Edmondson, but I think the price on Edmondson is a first rounder that I don't think many people are gonna pay. But good on Ken Hughes. Sticks to his guns. Doesn't take anything less than what he wants, and
It's a young team.
it's been working. He
And you know
traded
how
away
jealous I
Dadonov
am?
for
You know how
Gurianov.
jealous I am of watching the Habs with a young team. I look at my Penguins and it's like, dude,
Well,
we're
you're-
the oldest team. We're
You
the
have
oldest team.
you have carte blanche, and when you live in a city and you're not the team, you're not a fan of the team, you can still enjoy the team.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like unless you're, there's a lot of Bruins fans in Montreal. There's a lot of Leafs fans in Montreal.
Yeah.
And they hate Montreal and they hate Montreal fans for good reason.
Well, we hit them back.
Yeah, for good reason. Like
Who did the Bruins
we're all
pick up? The
assholes.
Bruins picked up someone too. What's his face? Eags.
but yes, I know this. 1 second. It's
can't
coming to me.
remember.
Oh, Tyler Bertuzzi.
Tyler
Oh
Bertuzzi.
my God.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's such a Boston player.
Yeah, he's such a. But did you see he got into like a full scrap
Of
with
course.
Boston?
Yeah. Oh no, I
love
can't wait to
Bertuzzi.
see how that works out.
Yeah,
man.
he's a fucking monster.
It's gonna
Big fan of him.
be really nice. I mean, I'm so excited for the
But
postseason.
The East is so stacked right now.
Yeah.
Look at the Rangers.
Yeah.
The Leafs.
Yeah.
The Bruins.
Yeah.
The Devils.
Yeah. It's incredible.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah,
They're so it's a hockey. Okay, and I'm gonna say this because we're pretty quick on this trade deadline shit. But like Stephen A. Smith, who I love Stephen A.
talk
Smith.
about hockey now.
We love no. That's the thing. We love Stephen A. Smith, right? Somebody mentioned the Rangers as like a team. I saw a clip on Twitter, and he basically said that hockey isn't a real sport, and the only thing he knows about it is that they have a black puck.
That's fucking stupid.
Ultimate miss.
Oh,
Like
God.
for Stephen A. Smith, who like rarely misses, that's an ultimate miss. He could have said,
Horrible.
he could have said, and he said, I know nothing about the game, so he said that. He's like, all I know is that they play with a black puck. Well, maybe watch a game. You live in New York City. Talk about Patrick Kane. You know what
it's
I mean?
also because he hates James Dolan. That's why he doesn't want to
Doesn't.
talk about it. Yeah.
But who doesn't? It doesn't mean you don't talk about the players.
Well, if you're a Rangers fan, you like him. But I mean, definitely, anyway, it's stupid. But a really exciting trade deadline. Super excited to see how the playoffs go. I mean, there's just so many teams that are up for it right now. But if you were to pick a team right now, like right now, before the playoffs even start,
As a
yeah,
for a
as
chance?
a chance.
I mean, listen.
I'll go with my pick. You go yours.
The Avalanche picked up Lars Eller.
'Kay.
Which to me is a nice pick. It's not the only move they made. It's hard to argue against the Rangers. I'd love to see the Leafs get out of the first round. Just get out of the first round. I'd be happy. I think that the Devils have something special.
You got something cooking, man.
They got something special this year. But if we're looking at what Edmonton's doing right now, if Connor McDavid, all they need is the goalie to steal 3 games in the playoffs. 3 games.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid can do the rest. That's how good of a player he is. He's the best hockey player I've ever seen in the history of hockey.
He's really incredible.
I've started watching hockey in like the mid-90s, like really watched it, like when the Habs won the Stanley Cup. He's by far the best hockey player I've ever seen. There's no, you can't even debate it. Gretzky can suck my ass. Gretzky's taking slap shots from the blue line. Goalie's trying to make saves like this with wide open fucking legs. Okay. Granted, there's a lot more contact, and he had to
We
be.
got to make that T-shirt. Gretzky could suck my ass every time.
Gretzky is second best of all time.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid is the best hockey player we've ever seen.
I'm going Kings. That's gonna be my pick.
Kings.
Yeah.
The Kings.
Yeah, I'm going Kings.
I mean, listen, they had a decent year last year.
I have no. By the way, I don't have nothing to back this up. I like the Kings. I have a lot of their players on my fantasy team.
Like they're a young team, right? They're
fun.
They're not ready this year.
They're
But
fun to watch.
They'll get there. But the thing is, I'm gonna go. Man, Bruins. I'm going Bruins.
Going Bruins.
Yeah, Bruins. Bruins all
Bees,
over.
man. The bees.
It's hard not to pick them, not especially when they pick up a guy like Bertuzzi. So instead of rapid fire,
Yeah,
we got a new segment.
I'm parked illegally, so let's go.
Yeah, let's get it done. We're at 50 minutes right now.
Okay, cool.
So this new segment is called "What Would Duke Do?"
Amazing.
We
Scenarios.
have 3 different topics. Are we doing all 3 of them, or only doing one?
No, one by one, but quickly. Don't go on a full rant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, quickly. So we got to ask
quick.
the first one. So
All right. Here we go, Duke. Here, Duke. Okay.
Your boy.
So,
This is your boy right here.
number 1,
Yeah.
Jalen Carter
Yeah.
falls to number 7
Uh-huh.
and is now available to be picked by the Raiders. Now, for context, Jalen Carter most recently
Murdered somebody.
No, he didn't.
Allegedly.
Murder somebody.
Allegedly.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't directly involved in the crash that involved.
Okay,
him.
so
That's,
everything
but
I
he
read-
was racing. He apparently, according to the cops, the sheriff's department, he was racing another car.
Okay, so
Not
he's
to an accident.
under investigation.
Under investigation.
for a homicide.
It's
For
a
homicide,
misdemeanor, but it's listen. In previous
Also,
years,
reckless driving, misdemeanor for reckless driving, and then 2 people died. Duke.
Yeah.
2 people died.
Yeah.
Died.
No, I get it, but was he the
So back to
driver?
the
No.
original question. He falls to number 7. Raiders are on the clock.
Yeah.
If you're the GM of the Raiders, are you drafting him?
Boys.
Why or why not?
Boys, don't judge me.
You draft him.
I fucking draft.
Yeah, I think every team in the NFL would draft him. I think any number 7. If you have first overall pick, you're like, we can go somewhere else and we can look
It
good.
can't get any worse.
Let's be
But
real,
at
right?
7, you're like, I gotta take him.
Knowing the
You
Raiders,
just-
usually their players
you
get in
gotta
trouble
do it.
after
After
they're
that's
drafted.
true.
At least now you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, at least now. Okay, listen. Did you get it out of your system? We don't have to worry about it now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
You can come with us
Can't
now.
get worse than Henry Ruggs. At this point, I'll take a chance because
It's true. You can't get worse than
suck
Henry
at
Ruggs.
drafting. So I mean, I'll take him.
You
I'll take him,
cannot
man.
get
He's
worse than Henry
incredible.
Ruggs. You can't
But
get
Aaron
worse.
Hernandez.
I don't even think he's gonna get past
Okay,
5.
so Duke drafts him.
Yeah.
You know what? As a Cowboys fan, I think the Cowboys draft him too, but I wouldn't. Go for it.
All right, Duke.
Yeah.
Number 2. This one actually is a personal
Let's do
thing.
it.
So you experienced this more recently.
Yeah.
You either get violently sick
Yeah.
once a year for 24 hours,
Like-
once a month.
So every month you get sick for 24 hours, like crazy sick.
Okay.
You can't move.
You don't die or anything, but you
Okay.
get really fucking sick.
Yeah.
Shitting out of your
Or-
ass, puking every day.
Yeah. Okay. Or
You, for the rest of your life, always have a little bit of sniffles.
I'll be honest. Having 2 dogs that I'm kind of allergic to, I always got the sniffles. I'll take it.
You taking sniffles over 24 hours
I'll take
sickness?
it. Dude, I'm always ask my wife. I'm always coughing and sneezing all the fucking time.
Ask
So
my
I'll
girlfriend. There was nothing more annoying than somebody that
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, but you know what's more annoying than that? You fucking puking from both your ends.
Yeah, man.
But
once
it's
a day.
one day,
can't
and
do
you don't
it.
have to go to work. If it falls on a Monday, you're good.
Nah, I can't.
Yeah,
know
but
what I
imagine
mean?
like having to plan your vacation. Like you get 2 weeks, right? That's 10 days.
Yeah.
You have to take 2 extra days to
I
make
was-
up for it.
I was violent. I was violently vomiting and shitting for 2 days. Never again. I lost weight for once in my fucking life.
There you
That
go.
was great, but nah, I can't do it.
So-
But there's one we missed here. It says change one rule in baseball. Can I just go quick?
Because
Sleeveless.
I changed it.
Sleeveless.
You would make everybody go sleeveless?
Everyone go sleeveless.
That's a good one.
Show off the guns, bro.
Make
Actually.
everybody go naked.
That's
Change-
pretty good too.
Change
Slide
one rule
with
in
some
baseball.
nutsack.
I would let pitchers hit guys.
Do
If their player was hit, I'd be like, okay, you get one. I wouldn't like toss them out. I'd be like, you got one, let it go, and that would be a rule.
Also, stop kicking out people that are having sex in the stands.
I
Let
mean,
them have fun.
Just let them have sex. Baseball's about drinking and having fun.
There you go.
Last
Next.
one.
I would standardize field sizes because it's fucking
Oh,
stupid.
that too. Yeah,
Boo,
that's
you
another
suck.
one.
Fuck you.
No, that's good too, man. Because the fucking Green Monster can.
No.
Green
You guys-
Monster.
no.
Add it to the list.
No.
Gretzky, Green Monster
No.
can suck my
never,
ass.
Never, never,
Yeah.
never, never. Remember when the Twins had they
No.
had like a bit of a hill at the
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
Sick. No way.
So many people destroyed their ACLs on that fucking
So
hill.
sick.
All right, and last one.
Do it.
What would Duke do? You have 5 minutes in the octagon with John Jones.
Because he's coming back.
How do you survive?
John Jones is coming back at heavyweight right now.
What I would do is I would make sure that I wouldn't piss all day, and as he runs to me, I'm just pissing everywhere.
You just piss all over, like you're marking your
I don't know.
territory.
Honestly, that's the best, and I'm sure it wouldn't even work because he wouldn't care. He would demolish me.
You think John Jones cares about piss?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a bad idea. It wouldn't work. Bite the ear. Bite the ear. I wouldn't even get close.
He's
to his ear.
6'4".
No, I wouldn't
Yeah.
get close. Maybe.
It's tough. 5 minutes is long.
Maybe I just like run around in circles. He's faster than me.
Professional athlete, two brothers in the NFL.
I mean, I won't lie. There's literally nothing I can do. So,
Do you turtle? Do you tell jokes?
yeah, maybe I tickle him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, maybe just like lay and pray.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah. There's nothing I can say. I mean, that's the best I can
Yeah.
come up with.
Okay. You basically try not to die.
Yeah.
Just survive.
Start masturbating.
I think pissing is a good thing.
Yeah.
Piss in the corner and stay there. I think it's your best bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just
take off your shorts
Oh,
and
you know
just
what?
fight
You
him
know what they
naked.
say? You know what they say about bears? Just pretend to be dead.
You know what I do? I grease up. Like the greased up deaf guy.
Actually, I had an
Trying
idea.
to catch
But don't
me.
they all grease up anyway?
No, you're not allowed.
You're
So-
not.
They check you, yeah.
Oh!
The question was, how do you survive, right? Not how do you win.
Act dead.
Survive, yeah.
Act
Grease
dead.
up.
Act dead.
So what's and
Just like wiggle out of there.
but in order to grease up, you have to go into
Yeah.
it. What's something once you're in the ring will immediately end a fight that's like illegal? Like you kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, kick
You're
him in
not
the
gonna
nuts.
get
You
there.
get a
You're not-
warning.
You're not gonna get there.
Poke him in the eye. He got in shit a lot for poking people in the eye, so you can poke him
But
in the eye.
there's nothing we could do. Like
You would have to get
you have to
disqualified.
commit
You-
a crime in
Yeah.
the ring for the ref to be like, this fight's over.
If you kick
You
him,
survive.
if you kick him when he's a down considered downed opponent, which he won't be.
No,
Exactly.
that
So that's completely out. I mean, there's a lot of things you can't do to John
Was that
Jones.
controversy in boxing once that a guy like he put weights in his gloves or something?
Yeah, it was to Margarito.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he put basically like almost cement in his gloves, and he killed the guy.
There you go. Okay.
The guy
You
died in the
screwed out our
hospital
answer.
after he with brain
Cement.
damage. Yeah, it's a fucked up story.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up story. Yeah,
I love how that's
stuff.
we're gonna end our show.
it's a fucked up story with a boxer dying because a guy put cement in his fucking gloves.
Guys, I can't think of a better way to end the show. I think this is the best show we've ever done in our life.
Episode 0. That was fantastic,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That was good. Peas, we don't need you. You're fired. Stay in Hawaii.
No, please come back because I don't want to park in this place anymore.
Yeah, it's awful. Full. So that was
Yeah, for
episode
sure,
0.
but
Episode 1. Hopefully next week when Peas comes back, we'll see. But thank you for tuning in. We're back, season 4. Hot Sauce Sports, Not Sauce for Work. We're gonna get a few things going this summer. We're gonna get. I spoke to Chris Rive. We're gonna get a golf game going. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna have a lot of content for you guys on the
Love it.
YouTube. On the YouTube, Hot Sauce Sports. Follow us everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Tutlikit. Peace.
You've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports.